The next piece I'll be talking about is the Nile. Sorry if you hear noise. This is currently where I am, so it's a little noisy. But the city and country of work is Rome, Italy, and the specific location of work is the Vatican in Vatican City. And the artist responsible for the work is unknown. The medium of work is white marble sculpture. The period of work is very early Greek. It's categorized as Greek because of the actual style, but it's like in a kind of in-between period of Egyptian and Greek. The historical relevance of work is that it was found in the Temple of Isis on the Campus Martius in Rome. It was a twin structure with the one of Serapis right across the way, and they kind of had like a mirrored sculpture in it. The cults of Egyptian deities became popular at various times during the Greek period in Rome and Italy, with one of the goddesses, Isis, which this sculpture was found in the temple of, being particularly favored. How long it takes to create is unknown, but according to history, it was more than likely constructed in 43 BC. This work is important because it symbolizes a cultural connection with within the Mediterranean. Both temples were made up of a combination of Greek and Hellenistic architectural styles. Much of the artwork decorating the temples used motifs evoking Egypt, and they contain several genuinely Egyptian objects. The statue of the Nile in particular, as well as the twin Tiber statue, are typical of Greek style though, and the deities are revered in the religion of both regions during this time. The defining characteristics of the work: the statue is meant to be a personification of the river Nile. The river is shown by a man stretched out on his side with a cornucopia of fruit in his left arm and a shock of wheat sitting in his right hand. Egypt is represented by the presence of a sphinx, which supports him. And the scene is livened by 16 putti, which are like the little angel, not angel babies, but the little tiny babies, and a bunch of things. And they represent the 16 cubits of water by which the Nile rises for its annual flood. The base of the statue is decorated with a landscape of Egypt with hippos, crocodiles, and pygmies, which are part of Greek mythology about Africa. And my personal observation was the busyness of the statue of the Nile. Well, the Tiber statue is located in the Louvre, but I noticed it during my research, is the busyness of the Nile compared to that of the Tiber, and that's probably attributed to how many of the little babies are crawling all over him. It looks really really busy and really chaotic, especially compared to the Tiber that only has 2 of them, and it's for, I can't remember their names. It was Romulus and Remus or something, the 2 brothers that did Rome, whatever. So it was just the busyness of it. And how it compares to other works that's very typical of the period. It's very clearly in Greek style, even though it's very early Greek. Fun fact is that Egyptians used the water levels to plan their calendar. Their year began in mid-July when the river flooded.